let's do something a little bit differently because someone was asking me how I lost my weight. And I wanted to show you guys something real quick before we take a break and if you want to do phone calls or anything like that. So I have an app here and I'll bring it up on my little doodad. See if you guys can see it. So this app here, which is called NutriCheck, I log the food that I eat during the day. For a long time, I stopped doing this and I gained like 15, 20 pounds back. I had lost 70 pounds. I was down to 210 from 280. And I'm 6'3", so 210 looks pretty skinny. But I got back up near 230. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get serious again. And as soon as I started getting serious and logging what I ate, and look at that, I ate a Wendy's Junior Bacon Cheeseburger. You can thank my wife for that one. And I ate some cookies and stuff. But you know what? If you watch what you're doing, you have a lot of room to work with here. So this is just one factor. And this is no different than what we do at work. And let me explain why that is. And I'll come back to you guys here real quick. This is no different than what we do at work because we want data to make the proper decision. Just like I talked about the duct blaster. I didn't know how much air was leaking out of the system I created. I thought it was stellar. It wasn't stellar, not at all. It leaked over 10% of the volume. And if that's in the crawl space on the return side, imagine all the nasty air that was being sucked in, and some of it was on the return side. So if we don't have the data, how are we supposed to make an improvement? So that is the data, and you have to stick with that because for a while I didn't. My wife would even get annoyed with me because we'd be sitting at dinner. It's like, I'm going to write this down right now. She's like, you got to manage how you do this. You got to manage how far it encroaches into your personal life. But I think it's worth trying to do. A lot of us are overweight. A lot of us are severely overweight. So doing some minor things like between this and exercise, I'm not running any marathons, guys, that's for sure. I did run for a while, but now that we have just so much is going on, I just make sure I get 10,000 steps a day or more. I try to do 30 minutes of exercise, which is basically walking the dog. And even at work, you'll get a few minutes of exercise, just climbing stairs, climbing ladders, because your heart rate will get going. And I have my watch to log that with. And that's all you really need. Just keep your calories in the minus. Try to do a decent amount of just walking around. My doctor told me when I was 280 that I just need to walk 3 times a week for 20 minutes. And now I walk more than that. I mean, I enjoy walking. I live in the country. I like to walk. There's certain days where I definitely don't have to, especially if I'm working in the yard. If you mow the grass once a day, you're good because that is a workout. And because I measure all the stuff. You get all the data, then you'll know. It's really, really, really important. If you want to watch more videos just like this one, click on this playlist. And if you want to see a new video you might not have ever seen before, check out this one right down here. And if you want to find out more about the sponsors that make this show possible, you can click on this box right here. And of course, if you aren't subscribed, please click here to do so.